Jeff, very good to see you. This video is for all of our friends who want to retire in 2025. We have the 5 money moves you need to make first. Retirement planning usually takes place over decades. Checking in with yourself throughout the planning process can keep you on track, but you do need to give your finances a cold, hard look before you tell your boss goodbye. So let's walk through those 5 money moves. First, you need to decide when to claim Social Security.
That's right. Social Security is one of those big decisions that retirees need to really consider and think about, whether to start early at age 60 to 62 or defer your benefits, hold off until you're at your full retirement age, or wait all the way to age 70 when Social Security maxes out. Every year you defer your Social Security, it becomes a larger balance, but you're going to get it for fewer years. So something to consider with that also is, if you're married, you want to take a look at what the spousal benefits are going to be. Do we need to consider what survivor benefits are going to be with Social Security? And if you're still working and you're under full retirement age, there are some limitations. The earnings test is a limit on how much you can make from wages and still draw your benefits without any penalty. So again, you want to have a good strategy for your Social Security before you jump into it.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. You can see why that claiming strategy is so important. Next, determine whether you have adequate savings, but that sounds overwhelming. How will we know?
Right. So what is your magic number for your retirement? And so you see the commercials for this. I've hit the magic number with my 401k balance. And so it's really part of an overall consideration. How much are you going to be spending in retirement? You need to take a look at, what are your regular bills? What is your discretionary spending in retirement going to be? Do you have other income sources in addition to your Social Security? Do you have pension or royalty or any other type of regular income? Or are you going to be working part-time in retirement? And then how are your funds invested? You want to take a look at that as well. All of this comes into play as to whether you've hit that magic number that allows you to retire.
Mm-hmm. Next, you say you need to decide on a withdrawal strategy. And I feel like a lot of us have heard of the 4% rule before, but I've also heard that you tap your taxable buckets in this order: taxable, tax deferred, and then tax free. What do we need to keep in mind?
Right. The 4% rule is something that's really designed to keep people from overspending in retirement and running through their assets prematurely. So basically, you start with a 4% distribution from your nest egg, and then each year increase that for inflation. And so again, that's designed to keep you from spending too much too quickly. Biggest concern of retirees is running out of money before you run out of life. And so that's what this strategy is designed to do. And then which buckets to pull from first. And that really depends on what your goals are. If you want to leave money for your beneficiaries, the best money you can leave them is that Roth money and taxable bucket. But if you want to extend your portfolio and make sure your income lasts for as long as possible, then mathematically it can make sense to draw from the taxable and Roth buckets first.
I see. Next, of course, schedule check-ins. Review your finances before and throughout your retirement, especially in those first few years. But how often do you think retirees are doing this? And how often do you think they're surprised by what they're spending?
Right. The last thing you want in retirement are surprises.
Yeah.
And so you really want to have a good idea. And so it's important to come up with a plan several years in advance. Don't wait till right at retirement to really come up with a plan for what your retirement's going to look like for you. Again, considering all these different things, what you're going to be spending in retirement, have a good idea of what that's going to look like. You don't want to be in a position where you run through your money too quickly. And so you've been working for a long time, and it's important to have a plan so that you can have the type of retirement that you really want and deserve.
Yeah, that we work so hard for. Last and perhaps most important, consult an advisor. We get one shot at this.
That's right. You don't want to have a big, huge mistake in leading up to retirement that can defer your retirement. And so it's important to meet with an advisor that can really give you some assistance. They can help determine what your goals are in retirement, what your objectives, what your timeline looks like in retirement. Does it make sense to quit all at once or to work part-time through retirement? And it can result in some difficult conversations where you say, all right, you're going to have to make some choices as far as what your retirement's going to look like because you're not quite there. Or it could be a situation where you say, you're in good shape. If you retired tomorrow, you would be perfectly in good shape with your funding throughout your retirement. So again, working with an advisor and development of a retirement plan can give you good peace of mind. And that's really
Right.
what you want in retirement. You want to have,
Absolutely.
absolutely, you want to have an idea that you're not going to be worrying about your money throughout the rest of your life.
Clearly, no cookie cutter answers here. But Jeff, if somebody wants to retire this year or next next month, and they want to talk it through with you to see if they can do that, what's the best way to reach you?
Yep, absolutely. They can give a call to our office, and that's 405-681-9633, or take a look at our website, www.gortonfinancial.com. And there's contact information on there that you can send us, and we would be absolutely glad to assist.
Great. Jeff, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Erin.